Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Liaquat Zaman, and see my eyebrows. Some of you guys saying that your kids like it when the eyebrows move like this, even like this. Oh, the eyes and the tongue. So now, with regards to yesterday's question I asked you guys, what do you guys think of the kids' story that I told? A lot of you guys enjoyed it. Some of you guys, S was saying that there should be more thought-provoking videos in children's ones. So I think what S was saying means is that there should be kids ones and there should also be some more thought-provoking ones. Yep, okay, yeah. Abdullah Khan is saying, mashallah, it's awesome. Why, you guys can see my eyes looking that way, isn't it? Because I'm looking at the screen, okay. So I'm not going blind yet. So when you see my eyes do this, that means I'm looking at the screen. Look at my computer screen. He's saying, my small sister and brother liked it, especially how you can clean your teeth. So yes, look at my teeth. Yes, these are special toothbrush and special toothpaste I use. Made them laugh. Please keep making such videos. Okay, so Abdullah Khan is saying make more videos. S Khan saying 6-year-old watched it, enjoyed this. Saying I don't do that to you, mommy. Okay, mashallah, mashallah. Excellent. Some videos about short hadith and lessons, very good. Amina is saying funny, very entertaining for kids, and I like that you're putting more humor so kids will like it more. I love the dough story. Alhamdulillah, Miss Muhammad there. And Big Mo, as usual, Big Mo's got lots to say. MashaAllah, Big Mo, may Allah keep you happy. Now, so I was thinking to myself, right, we have to understand something very important, that as Muslims, we are, very, very important people. And the reason I'm saying we're very important is because we've understood that we have to obey Allah and that we have to convey His message, the message of Islam, the message of oneness of Allah, the message that we have to spread harmony and peace in society, the message that we are kind to our elders, we have mercy on our youngsters. This is a very, very important duty that we all have. And I want to tell you guys a little story now, right? So this story is a story the Prophet ﷺ, he told the Sahaba this, so I'm going to tell you guys a story as well. So there used to be this king a long time ago, and this king was a kind of bad person, you can say. He used to have a magician, and this magician used to deceive everyone in the community, in the kingdom, with his magic. So he's going old, and he comes to the king, and he says to the king, he says, listen, I'm going to die, and if I die, your kingdom is only running because of me. So you can imagine like magic being something like, nowadays, maybe, I don't know, media and stuff like that. So he said, okay, king said, oh, what should I do then? So obviously I don't want my kingdom to disappear after you die. He goes, send me a young boy, and I'm going to teach him all the tricks I know, all the magic I know, and so when I die, he can take over and your kingdom will be safe. So he says, fine. So he chooses a boy, and he makes the boy go to the magician and learn from him. So this little boy, every day he goes to the magician, and he's going there and he's learning, and one day what happens is, on his way, he sees an old man under a tree. And this old man has some people around him, and the old man is telling them like something like a story or something, or teaching them. So he decides to go and he listens to what the old man is having to say. Old man is talking about God, he's talking about Allah, he's talking about the oneness of Allah. This was before Islam. This was like the previous religions that were on the true path, most likely Christianity in its early days. So the young boy, he's interested. He says, this sounds right, this sounds reasonable. I mean, believing God, one God, believing that we should obey him. There's the doorbell, guys. Wonder who it is. You guess. You put in the comments, guess who it is. I don't even know who it is. So one day the boy actually goes, and then he sits there, and he gets late for the magician. So when he goes to the magician's house, the magician's angry with him, and he tells him off, and says, how dare you come late, and blah blah blah. So the young boy is really upset. And he goes back, and then the next day he sees the old man. The old man says to him, "Come on, sit down." He says, "I can't sit down today." He says, "Because if I get late for the magician's going to tell me off and probably beat me." So he says, "Okay, what you can do is if you ever get late to the magician, just tell him that I got late from the king. And if you go to the king," so it's like not kind of telling a lie, but he's not telling the truth as well. He's like hiding it. So he says, "Okay." So he goes. So he's gone there now, and the magician taught him everything now. Like lots of many weeks and months have gone by now. So one day he's walking on the road and he sees this massive animal, and this animal is there and it's blocking the road. And when it's blocking the road, people are scared of it, right? Because like imagine like in the middle of the road, there's a big lion running around, rah, jumping on cars, and people are gonna be scared. So what he does is he picks up a stone and he says, "Oh Allah, if you are really true, if you really exist, and your message is true, and the magician is wrong, destroy this animal with the stone." So he throws the stone, hits the animal dies. Everyone's shocked. Everyone's like, "Whoa, look at this! A little kid kills this big animal like a lion or something with a stone." And then all of them say, "This boy is the one that goes to the magician. He must be a super magician." So news of this now reaches everywhere now. So when the boy gets back to the palace, just like BBC News got all to the palace there. Everyone in the not BBC, everyone in the palace has found out the boy can do these like magic tricks and kill big animals with one stone. So this one guy comes up to him. He's blind, and he used to work for the king, but because he became blind, he couldn't work anymore. So he says to the boy, he says, "Show me." He says, allow me to see again. Yeah, give me my eyesight." So the boy says, "I can't do anything. I don't have any powers." He goes, "No, please. I've heard that you got magic and all that." So the boy goes, "Look, believe in Allah, believe in one Allah, and I will make dua to Allah, and you make dua to Allah, and Allah inshallah will give you eyesight back." He goes, "Okay." So he believes in Allah, and Allah gives him his eyesight. And now more of news reaches the king now. The king is so happy. BBC has reached all the news to him. That boy can kill an animal with a stone. He can give people their eyesight back. So the king is so happy and says to him, "I'm so proud of you," and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the boy says, "It wasn't me, it was Allah." The king, what he used to do in them days was he used to make the people worship him. Yeah. So he was like a really evil man. He used to make people worship him, not Allah. And the king goes, "What?" Like, I don't know if he did like this, but you can imagine my eyebrows. "What? You believe in someone other than me?" He goes, "Right." So he says, "Who's messed up your mind? Who's brainwashed you?" He goes, "No one has." He goes, "That's the teachings." And they find out the old man on the road. And the old man had told the boy, "Don't tell the king about me. Don't tell him. He's going to be really upset with you." So what they do is they find the old man, they bring him to the palace and say to him, "You're the one that's been messing up this kid's head." He goes, "Right, he says, "Give up your religion, give up your belief in Allah, and we're going to let you go." He goes, "No." So they dug a hole, they put him inside, and they cut him in half, killed him. The boy still says, "I'm not going to give up my religion, Allah. I'm not going to give my belief up." Subhanallah. Imagine that. Imagine how much, yaqeen, how much certainty he had in Allah. So the king said, "Okay," he told his men, "Go and scare him. Go and take him to the top of the mountain, throw him off. Yeah, like pretend to throw him off. And if he doesn't listen, just throw him off." And then they took him to the top of the mountain. And then the boy, he just said this to Allah. He said, "Ya Allah," he says, "Help me. Yeah, help me. Help me anyway you see fit." So what happens is on the mountain starts to shake, and the men fall off, and he's saved. They die. And he comes back to the king. And the king says, "Huh? What's this? What happened to the men?" He goes, "They've died." And so he tells some other men, "You grab the kid, take him to the middle of the sea, and throw him in the water if he doesn't stop what he's saying, doesn't stop his belief in Allah." So they take him in the middle of the water in a boat. Again, what does the boy say? He says, "Allahumma kfini bima shit." Oh Allah, help me in whichever way you see us fit. So what happens is the water starts to shake, the boat tips over, the men fall, they die, drown, and he's alive, and he comes back to the palace, and he's walking to the king, and the king says, "You're still alive." He goes, "Look, if you want to kill me, I'll tell you a way, right? What you have to do is, you have to collect everyone in the kingdom, call them all to come. then tie me on the top of a tree, and then take a bow and arrow, and then say, in the name of the Lord of this boy. In other words, in the name of Allah, Bismillah. In the name of the Lord of this boy, and then shoot the arrow at me, and then I'll die. He goes, yeah, that's easy, yeah. So what happened was the boy, they took him up, tied him on the tree, they called everyone came, because now obviously BBC News has spread the news everywhere in the whole city in the kingdom that there's a boy who's got more powers than our king. So the king stand there and he thinks, I'm going to kill the boy, and then what's going to happen, people are going to see that the boy doesn't have any special powers, and then people are going to start worshipping me again, and I'll win. So this is sometimes unfortunately what some people do. They think by killing some people or finishing them off, or calling them bad names, that they're going to make them disappear. But that's not how it works, right? Because people are clever as well. So he takes the bow and arrow, he shoots it, it says, in the name of the Lord of this boy, and shoots the arrow. The arrow goes and hits the boy on the side of his head, and the boy dies. And then everyone goes silent. And all of a sudden, everyone screams and says, we believe in Allah. Because they were so shocked. They said, the only way that this boy could have been true if there is really Allah. So they all believed in Allah. When they believed in Allah, the king got angry. And the king, what he done was, he dug these trenches, because he was so frustrated that so many hundreds and hundreds of people had all accepted Islam in one go, and he thought the opposite was going to happen. Imagine that. So he dug these trenches, big pits, and he put fire in them, and he said to all his soldiers, get anyone who believes in Allah and throw them in. Yeah, and decide, in every road big ditches were built, and everyone was taken one by one. They were thrown in, and anyone who left the religion, they left them. And then this woman is about to be thrown in the fire, and she had a little baby in her hand, and the woman was scared. And then the little baby, the newborn baby, Allah made the little baby speak. Subhanallah. And the little baby said to the mother, Isbiri ya ummah, oh mother, have patience, because you're on the truth. And then the story finishes. Now this is actually narrated by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you find this in the Surah Al-Buruj, وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ قُتِلَ أَصْحَابُ الْأُخْدُودِ. قُتِلَ أَصْحَابُ الْأُخْدُودِ is the name of these people, the people of the ditches. So this is what Allah is talking about over in this surah. So may Allah give us strength in our iman and our faith, and the days of Ramadan are coming as well. And we ultimately we know that life is very short, and we have to do as much as we can, as best as possible in this world. That's it, guys. So take care, inshallah, and let me know what you guys, I'm talking to the kids, yeah, adults, I'm talking to the kids here. So kids, what did you guys think of that story? Do you guys think that story was very powerful? Do you guys, what did you learn from that story? That's what I want to know. What were the important things that you understood in that story? Jazakallah khair, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.